It's fast, exciting, engaging, makes and breaks records, and non-stop action. That's our world of sports. Right here on Channel Sports, we share and keep the beautiful moments from our ever-busy world of sports.
Which one? Sports Tonight is back again. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. Glad to have you join us to talk sports. I'm Austin Okonakwan on the show tonight. We'll continue our countdown to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. We'll also continue our countdown to the World Powerlifting World Cup that will take place in Abuja just a day to go. Countries are already right there in Abuja, Nigeria. We'll be going for victory and, of course, telling the world that we can organize a world-class event. Don't forget that competition is an African Olympic qualifier. So there's so much to compete for in that one. But most importantly, it will give us an opportunity to talk about powerlifting, see ways we can develop, and for me, special sports gives us the opportunity to feel the power of sports. So I'm looking forward to that on Big Time on the show tonight. On the show tonight also, grassroots basketball in Nigeria is developing. Someone is dedicating time to it, and I love that story so much because if you want to get it right, go to the grassroots. We'll talk about grassroots basketball development in Nigeria. Talk about grassroots cricket development also in Nigeria. The national under-19 cricket team, they are back to the country. And I've described their experience at the World Cup, though they didn't win when it mattered, but it was gainful experience. Very important experience that those young lads have taken back to the country. The Cricket Federation, they're hoping to keep them together, get a continuity program that can make that team get better. I love that one coming from cricket in Nigeria. On the show tonight, I will talk about Aaron Okwadri. Aaron Okwadri went to the German Open. He just wanted to compete. He didn't know that some clubs in Germany were already looking at him. So he has a new club. He'll be joining the German Bundesliga for table tennis. What a career Aaron Okwadri is already having with table tennis, ranked number 18 in the world. We know that when the new ranking comes, it might just be 17 or even 16. We'll talk about the progress Aaron Okwadri is making with table tennis on the show tonight. I'll also tell you football development in Nigeria. The NPFL and the league management company, they have a relationship with LaLiga. And that's what we always talk about that. Look, don't just call names. Think about ways that you can have healthy relationships. So LaLiga and the NPFL, they have a partnership to develop football in Nigeria. I love the story because this time, the focus isn't just on players. Coaching, very, very important, coaching. Someone was telling me that, Austin, European football has grown so big that if you come out and say, for instance, Kun Aguero is big in Manchester City, you will say Pep is bigger. That's the power of coaching, you see? And that's why players respect their coaches when they look at the profile of the coach and they be like, I mean, when Jose Mourinho tells you, make that run again, you know that's someone that has been there, done that. So for us to get it right in some aspect of our sports, coaching must be top-notch. And that's what at the La Liga they're doing, training coaches right here in Nigeria. I'll talk about the seminar that was done today in Abuja. We had our cameras there and we'll bring you all of the updates tomorrow in the CAF Confederation Cup. The draw ceremony for the quarterfinals will be done. Eimba, Nigeria's only surviving team. Look, they made me happy. Look, that final match against San Pedro went all the way to Cote d'Ivoire to win 5-2. That's what happens when an elephant comes into your surrounding. They scatter everywhere and they leave. A big-time performance by the People's Elephants, Eimba Football Club of Aba. Let's see the team that we pair them with. Look, I mean, when you get to the quarterfinals, you can dream. Good one for Eimba. We'll talk about that one also on the show tonight. It's Sports Tonight. Where is it going down? Your award-winning, sports-loving channels, television. Welcome on board wherever you are in the world. Let's talk sports with so much fun. And I want you to get involved. Arsenal fans, they said, look, Austin, don't talk about the English Premier League again. End the league, give it to Liverpool. We'll talk about it. So if you're a fan of the English Premier League, it just got better with Odion Ighalo moving to Manchester United. I've been trying to get Odion Ighalo on this show. I won't rest till we bring him to you. We need to hear him talk. Nigerians, we love relationship by association. I hear everybody saying, I'm now a Manchester United fan. Nigerian football fans are now praying for Man U to have a fantastic season. We love ourselves when it's for the good reasons. And that's one thing sports can do. It can unite the country. And I love that story so much. Odion Ighalo in Man U, and so persons have moved now. They're supporting Manchester United. We started supporting Arsenal religiously when they signed Kanu. We made it our business. When Celestine Babayaro was in Chelsea, it was our business. We supported when Mikel joined. When Mikel was going to Man U, that deal didn't go through. He went to Chelsea. We followed him. That's brotherhood right there. So Odion Ighalo has joined Manchester United on a loan deal to the end of the season, and we're waiting for him to make that debut match and see. But fans of the English Premier League, let's talk about it. First, tell me, what do you think about this move that Odion Ighalo made to Manchester United? Win-win for the Nigerian? Manchester United fans, get on board. Let's talk about that one on Twitter. Channels_sports, Facebook Channels-sports. You can also send us an email to sportstonight@channelstv.com. I love talking about grassroots football development, grassroots cricket, grassroots basketball. All of those talks we go down tonight on the show. Use the hashtag grassroots sports development. When we start talking about it, tell me ways we can develop with grassroots sports in Nigeria, because I want you to be part of nation building. Let's use the hashtag Quadri. I don't know, Quadri gets us talking today after joining a German Bundesliga table tennis club right there in Germany. Odion Ighalo, I call the Manchester United fans. Let's do that discussion together. The cricket team also, under 19 cricket team, back to the country. Can we talk about that one? How can we keep that team together? Because that's one for the future. I told you on the show tonight, it's just one more day to go to the World Powerlifting World Cup. As of last night, about 15 countries already touched down in Nigeria. I'll give you an update of those countries. I'm trying to get the team list for Team Nigeria, just to let you know what we're doing as regards that competition and what you should expect from the country's representative. CAF Confederation Cup, because Confederation is too long. Let's use the hashtag CAF Confed Cup. But tomorrow they are going to know their opponents in the quarterfinals. We should get talking with that one, particularly that they gave us a dominant display against San Pedro in their final group match, 5-2. That's how to go into someone's compound, just rearrange it. Say, we're going to scatter it when we leave, put it back together. That's a way to win, so that wherever they pair you with now will have a lot of work, because you're as good as your last match. So if they give them a club that knows that, look, they can actually shake him back, they will think twice now. They will go back and say, they can actually score away from home. So I love that dominant display by Eimba, the People's Elephant. In our battles last night, they've been singing Zobu Zobu. You don't stop till they know their opponent, get to the final. Don't blame me. It's been a long time coming. Nigerian football teams on the continent struggle. Let's see what Eimba can do this time around. They've got the experience. So let's be part of that discussion. The CAF Confederation Cup on Twitter, Channels_sports, Facebook, Channels-sports. I'm super excited to do this with you tonight. Let's talk some sports now. Kende Idris is with me in the studio. Kende, it's good to have you on Sports Tonight.
It's good to be here. When you were reeling out that Nigerians have switched after they got proper Nigerians in there, you forgot to mention Moses moving from Chelsea to Liverpool. It was huge for all of us. We religiously loved Liverpool. Whether they are doing wrong, even when Moses.
Even when he was at Wigan, we followed him so well.
Amelbi in Newcastle, Abafemi Martins in Newcastle.
When Odion even went to Watford.
The reason why so many people even started having proper knowing of these clubs, and that's what it is.
That's
and
right.
for Eimba that you mentioned, you said something that is very murky. When you play games like this and you're a big club, no disrespect to San Pedro, but in Africa, talking about continental, Eimba is way bigger than San Pedro. And that is how to show that you're bigger than a club. go to their home, desecrate their home, and let them say, when you've left, that a big elephant came to town. And in the right sense, who is the elephant in Nigerian football? Anybody. So, Zobu right now.
Zobu. Nigerian football fans, I love being around them when their team wins. Bragging rights. I've never seen.
Everybody around the world.
I watched Nigeria versus Cameroon at the AFCON at the stadium. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen fans make so much bragging. So I was like, Cameroon, we give them light. I know it's fun. It's fun when you're around.
Like girls like us.
Yeah, look at bragging. So I was like, Cameroon. I'll just go now, then I'll just pick what I want, come back. Meanwhile, they forget that Nigeria was down. Was it 2-1 in that match?
Exactly.
Came back to win 3-2.
That's what the fan does.
And then we start talking.
Everybody in the football setting, the only one that is never scared is a fan. The coach is scared, administrators are scared, the footballers are scared, the fans always have nothing to play for.
Okay, let's come in. But that's when the fan is not causing trouble.
Yeah.
So that's how we always say, behave yourself,
come to the stadium, enjoy yourself,
the rules of fair play, the spirit of sportsmanship should also come into it. But when they win, it's always a delight. You would love the things you will hear. I can never forget, at the time of my life, watching Nigeria versus Cameroon with some fans at the Campus Square Mini Stadium. Let's get on with the show now. I love it at the grassroots. I want to take you there. That's the home for development. And for the third time in a row, St. Xavier School, Ikoyi, Lagos, they have again emerged champions of the World School Games, which ended in Dubai yesterday. What a story. The 2020 events that took place in Dubai featured sports such as football, athletics, the track and field, and swimming. The World School Games event series provided a unique stage for the world's best young athletes to compete against each other. And that's the way to go. Nigeria's representative at the under-11 competition, St. Xavier Schools, Ikoyi, Lagos, came out first among the 20 countries that participated. Beautiful. And if you go to St. Xavier's and see oh my God.
That is what it is.
Yeah.
From school, you are exposed to the best of facilities.
Yeah.
When you go out there, you are not new to so many of these things, and you're already competing at the highest level. You're swimming in Olympic-sized swimming pool. You're playing on a very good grass pitch. Now you're going to the world and seeing the same thing. It's like, okay, I'm in my right habitat.
And they're starting on time.
They're starting on time.
You know,
it ended over the weekend. They came back into Nigeria. When we went to the airport to receive these guys. They were all smiles. And even
for the third
some
time.
other Nigerian schools that were not winners that were there. Do you know why they were all smiling? The exposure went to that level. Because the representatives from last year got different this year. Some other new players, new athletes joined up. And that is what it does. Exposure after exposure.
And I loved it. I love this. Right here at Channels Television, we've been monitoring the progress. We love school sports, you know. And so we can see that, for instance, a boy from St. Xavier that has been competing since 7, if you add 3 years to it now that he's winning a row, it's just 10.
Yes.
But he's got 3 useful years of experience.
And he's already taking on the world. He's already taking on his mates around the world. So at 10, he will be taking against, ages. And then at 17,
look at that.
where you're talking about the biggest stage, you will just say, I've had about 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years experience of doing this. And who are those I'm competing against? Those I competed against some 10 years back. So we know each other. We know each other. So you find these kids go out there and they just look at and say, Ashim, you're here again.
Look at
because you already knows Ashim some years back. You already know Skrushkov some years back. So that is what it is. Exposure is good, especially at this stage where they can still bend, twist, and then go straight.
Simona, Naomi Osaka, she said she's not surprised about Coco. That is the same foundation, and they've been training together, and they're young. Let's listen to some of these stars. I love it so much when we develop sports at the grassroots.
Because I feel like it would make I feel like it will make me a better person. Like a coach said, he was teaching us about morality and how to be respectful.
I feel very proud about it because when I was running, I wasn't expecting to win anything at all.
This is our third time, and most of all, we won all the sports because mostly we win, mostly athletics, football, and maybe third or second is swimming. But this year we came top in all the sports.
There was one competition that gave us very, very tough work to do, but all the same, at the end we won it. We won every competition that you can think of. Football, both boys and girls won it. Athletics, both boys and girls won it. Swimming, we won. So at the end of it, we won overall, which we've been winning. I am only thinking if it's going to be harder next year.
It will be harder, Coach. Yes, it will be. But we're getting the foundation right. And if you listen to those kids, you can tell that it's not just about competing in either track and field or playing football or swimming. They're building a total man. That's what they're doing. Did you see the confidence the little girl used in expressing herself? That's what sports does. It's I don't know how to explain it.
It gets you out of your comfort, out of that your bosom where you can easily just hide behind a lot. Sports exposes you.
Yeah.
These guys are already facing the world. Now the coach talked about being harder. Coach, it should be harder because there is this saying that I've always loved, right from when I was young. Necessity is always the mother of invention.
All the time.
When it gets harder, then you know those who are tough, who are ready.
Yeah.
And these guys look like the harder it comes, the better they perform. And that is just the beauty, really.
I love it. I love it. Well done to St. Saviour's. I should get some of those stars on this show. Yes, I'm going to put calls to the school, mom and dad also. Let's get some of those future stars so you have a peep into the future of Nigerian sports.
And keep the names.
Keep the names. I love it so much. We'll still stay at the grassroots. And this time around, it's not just about playing basketball. It's about empowering young people. And that's what Women's National Basketball Association, WNBA star Chineye Ogwumike is doing. She has traced passion and purpose as one of the main ingredients for her success as a professional player. Passion and purpose. Very, very important. This is how you win. The Los Angeles Sparks power forward. She's in Lagos. That's her right there with those future champions. She's here to mentor over 300 young players as part of our Give Back initiative. We need to go back and do our own bits. So what Chineye is doing, some other stars should think about doing it also, and that's how we can empower these young talents. The current WNBA Players Association Vice President confirmed that as young and inspiring sportsmen and women, there's more to basketball than giving the regular skill sets. And just look at those young girls. They are already empowered just seeing Chineye right there.
The joy on their faces is what is giving me even more joy. Now, out there, some basketballers, some top, NBA stars were interviewed, both male and female, and they said one of the joy that they get is seeing them help people have a lot of joy. And how do you help a sports person other than to help them, get more playing time, more, competition time, more exposure, and that is what Ogwumike is doing.
Awesome.
Let them have the speed to a lot of
so more persons need to come back home to do this. Helen Ogunjimi needs to come back home. All of the stars, Lina Kato, they are busy trying to get us an Olympic ticket, but they need to do more to develop basketball at the grassroots. Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, I'm going to listen to Chini. What's this all about? She wants to empower young persons. We'll talk about it when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Stay. Welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We're taking a look at grassroots sports development. First, I told you what St. Saviour's School did at the World School Games in Dubai. It came out tops again for the third time in a row, and I couldn't stop celebrating those young stars. And from there, we got into basketball development. Chineye Ogwumike says she's empowering young persons. That's what she wants to do. And she identified passion and purpose as some of the ingredients needed to achieve success as a professional player. So let's listen to Chineye. She's in Lagos, so she's been empowering young persons.
Yeah, I think it's just, at the end of the day, athletes know that we can't play forever. You're lucky if you play for 10, 15, 20 years. But what are you going to do with sport? What are you going to do with the platform that sports gives you? I think for them, they could be future coaches. They could be mentors. They could be teachers. They can be anything they want. But right now, they're strong, powerful leaders in their communities, knowing that as women, naturally, we're excellent multitaskers. So don't limit yourself. Don't put yourself in a box. Know that there's so much more to life, but basketball is an excellent platform for you to do something amazing. I think I took my injury and I had to use positivity to help me get through it. But I turned my injury from injury into opportunity because it allowed me time to reflect. It allowed me to realize that basketball is not forever and what else am I going to do? And in that interim period where I was injured, that's where I found my ESPN national broadcasting career. So if I didn't have that adversity and I didn't say yes as a woman to many opportunities, I wouldn't be even in this position where I have a platform to represent. I always tell people, like, I'm not the only woman there, but I can tell you I'm probably the only Nigerian woman there, and representation matters. Young black females that are athletes, not many people in the broadcast game like that. So to me, just being able to go through an adverse situation, no matter what it is in life, staying positive and also just seeking out new opportunities. You never know what basketball changed my life. I didn't see that coming, but I just feel very blessed for all of it.
Beautiful, beautiful. And look, she's thinking long term. She's saying that as a youngster, because you are evolving, you shouldn't just think about that moment. No. So what are you going to do?
When the powers are no more there, when the agility is gone, when all of your, athleticism is no more there, there should be something you can fall back on. See, we talk about a lot of stars today. Last week we were talking about Kobe here, how the moment Kobe retired, he got into administration, he got into business side of the sport. It's because this man is knowledgeable in all of this. If it were to be just about the playing, now that he's retired, he wouldn't have been able to fall back on that. And Ogwumike, as much as she wants to empower them to play now, she also wants them to see, beyond playing. You have to have something to fall back on. And that is what NBA and so many other sports out there do. You must have college attached to your playing time. So that when you're through, you can be an agent, you can be a coach, you can be an administrator, you can be a manager, you can be a whole lot. You can be a spokesperson, you can be a translator, you can be, as much, sports has got different corners. You can be a pundit. You can go ahead and be a presenter. So, it has different angles. Just go in there. Yes, you're using agility now. Yeah. When the agility and the athleticism is gone, there must be something you should be able to fall back on.
What do you do? Very, very important. I love that story right there coming from basketball development in Nigeria. Chineye, Ogwumike, all the best because nothing beats empowering the girl child. Because don't start saying that when you empower the girl child, you empower a nation.
It's total generation. Yeah, not even a nation, a generation. It's as huge as that. And there is something I normally say. When a lady wants to do it, when a woman wants to do it, when a female wants, they do it absolutely right. And that is just right being done there.
Beautiful. So it's a charge to all the ex-basketball players, those one we have in America, in Europe. Come back home. Come do the same thing that Chineye is doing. We love it so much. Come and empower young persons. Thank you so much, Chineye, from basketball. Yes, because this is Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's play some cricket now. The national under-19 team, they're called the Junior Yellow Greens, back to the country after competing at the under-19 Cricket World Cup. Amateur video we got from the Federation when they arrived at the airport. And you see what I'm saying? When you see the players, Kendi, see how they're happy. I described it as useful experience from the World Cup because some they didn't win now. It was good exposure for them.
Good exposure. Ask Divine Oduduru. After I left the collegiate athletics terrain and he got professional, first 2 races were bad. It was a learning course. It was a time for you to get into the deep waters. How can you survive? How can you stay up, and not get drowned? And that is what these guys have gone to learn. Yes, maybe it is as shambolic as possible when you look at it on paper. But look at where they are coming from. Where was cricket 3-4 years back? Where were we talking about when it comes to cricket? But last year, not just shocking Africa, they shocked the entire world when they qualified for the Under-19 World Cup. It has never been seen. And trust me, Do you know what the West Indies said, the Australians? They said we prepared so well. This is a Nigerian team. We don't want cases of, but you know it's a Nigerian team. They will always come with a corner. That is why they beat us that proper. Because they feel you've got talent. It's just enhancement. And with this, these guys have been enhanced and going further. I got talking with the coach, and he has said this crop will be kept together. There is no way we won't help them grow.
And shout out to the Nigeria Cricket Federation.
Big shout out.
They hosted the team.
Big shout out.
Made them feel loved, appreciated them for representing the
minding
country.
everything that went
down. And they
down.
told them that we're going to keep the bulk of this team.
Of course.
And you know what? They said we're going to have international partnerships to see how we can get you guys better.
Do you know how well the captain was allowed to handle issue from South Africa down back to Nigeria? He's been made to feel like you're a leader. Whatever happens, you're still a leader. And reason why these guys, you know, your colleagues, your fellow players, and the coaches, you guys are very much like this. We just need you to do more going forward.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you this. This is a statement I got from the Nigeria Cricket Federation. The Vice President Uyi Akpata said the federation, for competing at the World Cup, it has helped the country to forge developmental partnerships with some of the best cricket developing countries in the world, which he notes will boost the NCF's grassroots agenda soon. Remember, we said it on this show that it goes beyond these young guys just playing cricket in South Africa.
It goes beyond. Now, do you know an Australian will go back, and when he's looking at teams he played, Nigeria will be there. I watched a movie where it has to do with wrestling. It's an Indian movie. It got to a point in the movie, one of the ladies that she had to fight that they put in the movie was a Nigerian. Why? Because some Nigerians have made wrestling their own. So they cannot forget, Nigerians are top competitors when wrestling comes to bear.
Remember, there was a time they invited her to the league,
so
and she said she was a star.
That is what is done. When you are there, they will talk about you. You're in the context of discussion. You are, part of the whole planning. Now, if they want to talk about Africa and cricket, they will talk about, the Namibians, the Senegalese. They will talk about, but Nigerians are now
we at the
in
World
there.
Cup.
That is what it is about. We made history. These guys are absolute ambassadors. And please, anybody should tell people in the powerhouse, host these guys. They are Nigerians who have done it for Nigeria.
Because they went to see the ministry.
They did.
They went to the ministry before they traveled.
Of course.
And right there, the minister assured that they're going to support cricket.
Support in and out.
Look. Persons can say what they want to say. These guys are young.
Except if you don't see the bigger picture.
That's the word.
Look at how we just saw them on TV. These guys are absolutely young. They still have at least 15 years ahead of them. And cricket, you don't retire as early as, the likes of football and basketball. You can go on and on. And so, this experience will go a long way. Come the next competition, even at the senior level, trust me, some of these under-19s will be there.
Awesome. That's the story. The Nigeria under-19 cricket team, they're back to the country after a gameful experience at the under-19 cricket World Cup. And the Federation says, look, just going to this competition now, we've been able to establish useful, they call this strategic partnerships. Nigeria played West Indies, one of the best in world cricket. We played Australia, we played England. So they said, okay, what can we do so that we can have some of our talents come, watch you guys. You guys can also come do some coaching courses with our guys, play invitationals.
Even our cricket ovals, where they play cricket. We know we still use...
I know, but it's okay. It's okay. The Federation...
The partnership will do a lot.
They've said it, that infrastructure development
is the next level. Is the next
step they are going. Awesome. So, from cricket, let's go into the countdown for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Do you know? There's just 170 more days to go. 170 days to go. How ready is Team Nigeria? What are we doing to ensure that this time around it's not going to be the same as what it was 4 years ago? Because if I failed 4 years ago, and someone said, you have 4 years 4 years.
To not be a failure.
To not be a failure again. Because if you fail a course in school, you get a carryover to the next year.
If you fail
again, you feel so.
Advise you to withdraw.
You know, but then you feel so bad that they give me a second chance.
A whole
this one
year.
is a 4-year chance. Are we going to do the same thing in Tokyo? So we're waiting on the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Yes, the Adopted Talent Initiative got all of us talking. Yep. We want to hear more because
we want to see more.
We want to see more.
I don't even want to hear more anymore. Yeah. I want to see more right now. Going back to, I think it's 92. Yeah. Yes, 92 when Olympics got ended. On the log, the medals table, the UK were way behind Nigeria.
Not anymore.
And they said, okay, we will go back to the drawing board. We will do our search. It might take us 8 years. It might take us 12 years. But we'll be back at some top. Now, if there is a sporting festival, especially athletics, the UK, talking about England, is way, way, way better and ahead of Nigeria. Why? Because they went back, searched deep. They saw their failure. They saw where they can, turn the corners. And they also checked their strengths. And look at the way they are adopting.
You're going far with England. I was with some of the coaches under Caster Semenya at the Rio 2016 Olympics. We're coming back with South Africa Airways, and I got talking with them. And he said after Sydney 2000 Olympics, that they went back to South Africa, and for athletics, they used the Nigerian model. That what is it Nigeria is doing?
That we can't do.
That we cannot do. Do you want to tell me the story of Nigeria and South Africa in athletics today?
We will go and use the South African model.
So you see, persons are watching us. They're watching
Simbini
us.
Akani is one of the fastest man on earth now. Whether you want to run on water.
They have Nick Van Niekerk in 400.
Mayoga.
Okay. If not because what is happening with Caster Semenya, nobody comes close in 800.
What are we talking about?
In 2000, they were studying Nigeria.
Our own template.
So it tells you one thing, that this country is blessed.
But we're not growing.
But some...
It's just... I was at an office here. This boy, you will know, is from there. And he was telling the dad and the mom. He said, Dad, Mom, do you know the difference between Nigeria and over there? It's just the little things. And he pointed out 5 things right where I was seated. That, do you know, they fit in those little things and it comes together as a whole. We look at the bigger picture and leave the small things. Like you just mentioned, grassroots. Let all schools have, a playing field. Let all schools have a good court. And then you start to see 1, 2, 3, 4. If all the schools in Lagos, you pick 1 good players from there in basketball, in football, athletics. Do you know how many you will have?
And then
now we're talking about Nigeria.
And then there's a continuity plan. You told me about that from 6 to podium in Birmingham.
Yes, 8 years to podium.
And a lot of persons they don't even want to talk about China because from 4, son is already getting picked into gymnastics.
They are table tennis. A child that is barely as tall as the table is already taking service and smashes.
And sending back rallies. So it all boils down to grassroots sports. Yes. So we always wait till when we say this person should be matured. I remember a boxer, he went abroad one time, he was talking to me, he said, the age he used then was even about 17. They said, no, it's too late.
I was watching Usain Bolt's documentary. He was telling his girlfriend and his cousin and friend, he said, tell me a world champion that is a late bloomer, that started very late. Tell me a world champion. Difficult. You just mentioned it to me.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Across all sports. Is it Lewis Hamilton and what he's doing? Is it Rafael Nadal? End this discussion with Coco Gauff.
Exactly.
She's 15. Let's move.
And she's beating people she calls mommy.
Let's move. Coco Gauff is 15, already playing at the Grand Slam and beating the defending champion. Not last year.
The present one.
2 weeks ago. So, Ministry of Youth and Sport, 170 days to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics.
6 months.
And I've spoken to a lot of ex-internationals and they said, it's already late. But it's better late
than never. Yeah.
That's been our story. Yeah. So right after this Olympics, as a country, we must come back. We must develop a policy that we must stop this fire brigade.
You are giving up on this particular one.
I'll continue the countdown. But we need to say to ourselves that we cannot go on like this as a country. So that's the story.
We want to celebrate too. We want to come on Channel Sports tonight and talk about our guys who won Olympic medals.
Just imagine the joy. That's why I love what I see with St. Saviour's.
Yeah.
So you get a boy there now that is just 10, and this boy has been competing for his school since he was 6. God be praised, Mama and Papa.
Sometimes ago,
parents can send him abroad. He continues with what he got from St. Saviour's.
Yes.
And he's young. He gets into a proper environment.
World exposure.
So
you played the adopt an athlete. I can remember Falila Togukoya.
Yeah.
Falila was tapped from school.
But Falilat even went to the barest minimum. That Austin, do you know that after this athlete has done everything, goes home, no light?
No light. Do you know, she was going to psychology. Now it is beyond everything you do on the tracks and on the field. Psychologically, you want to win from inside.
And she wasn't joking.
She
because
wasn't.
Right after the interview, she broke it down for me that as soon as you leave the stadium, you're going home. As soon as you get to your street, everywhere is dark.
You have another thoughts.
You see?
Survival is now next.
Now it's not about just the Ministry of Sports.
Yes.
It's a national
project.
A national. As a country, we should fix those little things that
go and
that
ask our
stops
universities.
Progress. I know.
Students go to represent the school, and the school doesn't care. Who send them? Who send them? They go do
so we have to put sports in the curriculum.
Of course.
So that persons,
it has to be right there.
Persons will take it serious.
We run, we do football and all. When we get back to our classes, we even appear sharper.
There's even a time. That's why you see a lot of sports person drop out. Yes. Because when you do sports in school, some persons just tag immediately as that unserious guy.
Serious,
no, it doesn't come
nothing.
to. So
sometimes they call them NFA.
So we need to get that policy working.
We have to.
Operational.
We have to.
Where we get everything into a proper document.
Yes.
And we follow.
And
we follow
if you go against it, you get the bashing immediately.
So a child is doing sports in America and she's doing so well, and the parents are saying, no, she needs to go to school. They say, don't bother. It's because they are paying the school fees. We'll give her scholarship.
It is there.
So they say, she's taking scholarship now. Oh, you complain she's coming late. Don't bother. She's now
scholarship.
National project. There's no way you won't support that child. Because they've told you that the problem that you think is spending money for that child.
And that's Delilah Mohammed.
You don't need to
2 years ago, Delilah said she was still thinking, okay, I love to be a world champion. Come last year, Delilah is already a world champion. So what are we talking about?
Simone Biles.
Simone Biles, who is thinking of retiring at that young age. That means she has done everything she had ever dreamt of. Everything.
170 days to go.
You're scaring me. You're scaring me, Austin.
I'll keep doing the countdown because, it's not for now. Yeah. It's not for now. It's so when we do these talks, things we know that we mean business. We're serious about it. We want to see a change. Yeah. And we just hope that to fall on the ears of the right persons. Let's get on with the show now. Let's talk about Aaron Okwudiri. We've been talking about Aaron Okwudiri since last week because he had a remarkable comeback at the German Open in the final preliminary round. He was 3-0 down. He won 4-3 and then went to the round of 10. That's the match right there, Ola Benedek, familiar foe. Wow. He has been to the Lagos Open, defeated Aaron Okwudiri. And this time around, Aaron said, no, this Finnish guy is not going to beat me today.
He's not.
3-0 down. He won that one 4-3. And everybody at the German Open, that's how to get persons talking about you. You don't necessarily need to win.
No.
Just do something extraordinary. And then it became the talk of the German Open. And right after that, he went to the round of 32. We know Timo Boll is among
former world number 1.
Former world number 1, currently ranked number 9 in the world. Aaron Okwudiri is number 18. He lost 4-2.
Yes.
He was losing 3-0. Came back 3-2 and then lost 4-2.
Let me tell you the comparison. The Benedeka match and Timo Boll. Benedeka said the moment he got, Aaron took another 2 games after he went 3-0 up, that he got scared inside. There is this guy coming by. He said that thought was what got him out of the game. He kept thinking that until Aaron got the 3rd game and then the fourth set. Now for Timo Boll, he said the moment this guy got 2nd game, he said this will happen to me. I must get my psyche back. Reason why he kept calling, for match break, just to get his head intact. Well. No, Aruna can get into my head. And that's what a world champion does.
So that's what happened for him. Now he has joined the top German Bundesliga table tennis club. It's called League Fulda Mabazer right there in Germany. Let's go on this break. When we come back, we've got some time. We'll talk about that new club for Aaron Okwudiri and then continue our countdown to the World Powerlifting World Cup. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We're having sports, talking sports right here from our sports center in Lagos, Nigeria. And remember, you can be part of the show. Everything we've talked about, I want to hear from you. On Twitter, Channels_Sports, Facebook, Channels IFA Sports, or send us an email to sportstonight at channelstv.com. It gets interesting when you get involved. Let's tell you about the World Powerlifting World Cup. Nigeria is hosting, and before I got into the studio, I was told about 19 countries are already on ground. It's just one more day to go because tomorrow in Abuja, the opening ceremony was done today, and tomorrow in Abuja, we're going to have action. Nigeria will be competing in that one because the world respects us with powerlifting. And you guys have been asking, is it the same as weightlifting? Yeah, well, yes, but because of the condition of some of these athletes, you know, they just lay down, they pull and they adjusted, and then they bring it down. So the main organizing committee, where they paid a visit to the chief host, the first lady of the federation, Mrs. Aisha Buhari, and then right there, they unveiled the clothing and all of that. 19 countries already on ground. They have Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Mali, Guinea, Brazil, Egypt, Oman, Libya, Italy, Guinea-Bissau, Kenya, Benin Republic, Georgia, South Africa, Japan, Cameroon, Jordan, Gambia, and Equatorial Guinea. It's beautiful to know that these countries are here in this country. And you know, I remember with para table tennis, we said that it's not just about competing when the special athletes come. They motivate, they inspire you.
Yes, you're having the whole world come to your home.
Yeah.
Austin is like sitting in your home and the president of Nigeria comes visiting. You feel you're doing something exceptional to have such, you know, visit. And that is what powerlifting is enjoying now.
Yeah.
Now, all of these countries you just mentioned are top powerlifting countries where they all want to come to Nigeria. I'm very sure some of them are not here to compete and win a lot. They just want to see, okay, what is about this terrain that makes you guys come and conquer the world? Let me see, maybe there is something we can take back. And trust me, maybe we don't see so much when we go out there.
Yeah.
They will come here and take a lot away. These guys can come with 2 contingents just to take something. Now they are coming with a whole lot. They will go back with a whole lot to, you know, to help them, probably a lifetime, because they want to know what makes you tick, what makes you meet us at every championship and you guys come tops. What makes you, you know, go out there and it seems like there is no competition for you guys. So they want to come compete, yes, but they also want to see what you're doing at home. So powerlifting, yeah. I love this. This is huge. Bring it down home. That's because you have done so well for this sport around the world.
So last year there was the powerlifting championship in Lagos.
Yes, in Lagos.
And now we're having the World Cup.
Just in December, we talked about the tennis, para tennis. So
let's do more.
They are giving us a lot of joy.
In January, we had, you mentioned tennis, we also had the wheelchair basketball. And we keep saying that what you do for the regular athletes, do
it
more.
For this
more
special athletes.
Because they require, they require more. You know,
and they are giving us more. Why not do more for them?
I love this one. So one more day to go to the Powerlifting World Cup to take place in Abuja from tomorrow till the 7th. When I get a list for Team Nigeria, I'll come on the show tomorrow and we'll talk about it. But we love the story so much, and on this show, remember, last week I had the president of the Powerlifting Federation of Nigeria, Mrs. Queen Ubo Idris, and there we said, look, it is an opportunity for us to make these athletes feel loved. So everybody should come together, work with one purpose towards developing powerlifting in Nigeria, throw aside any other thing.
And let's just do the right thing. It's time for you to enjoy them. Maybe you've seen them on TV.
Now go there and see them.
Go there and enjoy them. And I don't know how the Lagos fans have, the Nigerian fan have always done it. They turn up for every event. I think now they're even getting tired of football. Football is not getting as much attention
why we must
as
do
other
more.
sports
Must
are.
do more
So go out there and enjoy these guys, please.
Okay, so that's it. Channels TV will do all we can to bring you all of the action coming from the World Powerlifting World Cup in Abuja. From there, we'll stay in Abuja, where today the League Management Company, the LMC, they confirmed they're excited. The Nigeria Professional Football League and the National age grade teams have been benefiting immensely from the NPFL coaching seminar, and that's because of the partnership they have with LaLiga. LMC chairman Shehu Diko said it is an opportunity for Nigerian coaches to keep up with the latest coaching trends. I told you at the start of the show, very, very important. You won't respect Manchester United, all their stars, they don't have a top-class coach. Same with Barcelona, same with Real Madrid, same with
Bayern Munich.
Any top club, you're not going to respect them if they don't have good coaching. This seminar that was done today in Abuja, which is in its 4th edition, is being facilitated by the technical instructors from La Liga, Diego Ramos and Enrique Felipe from the Spanish Elite League. The coaching seminar, which serves as a precursor to the main under-17 tournament, has seen almost 300 youth coaches trained since they started in 2017. Strategic partnerships that we talked about the other time. It's good to see our coaches in the NPFL and other age grade teams taking part in this one. What is it about the La Liga that makes it so good that we can learn from these persons? There's no shame in it. No. Knowledge is power. You don't know. Someone that knows should tell you.
And you should go and, maybe because they are close to us, South Africa, the way their coaches are well, held around the world, the Pitso Mosimanes, Kune, these guys go out there and they are well respected. Some of our coaches go out there, they don't even know them because not so much is known about them. So expose yourself and grow to that level where, the world can talk about you.
Awesome, beautiful. Let's end the show by letting you know that tomorrow, Nigeria's surviving representative in the CAF Confederation Cup, Eimba, they're going to know their opponents, and we're super excited with Eimba, with what they did in the final group match of the CAF Confederation Cup, beating San Pedro 5-0 right there in Côte d'Ivoire. And so tomorrow, when they know their opponents, we'll come on this show, we'll talk about it, and we'll break down their chances to advance at the competition. Thank you so much, Kehinde, for stopping by.
It's always lovely to be here.
Thank you so much. And of course, to you, wherever you are in the world watching Sports Tonight on Channels Television, thank you for your time also. But you can keep talking to us. Yes, you can talk. Let's keep the conversation going on Twitter. We're Channels_Sports, Facebook Channels IFA Sports. That's the show for the team. I'm Austin Okonakpan. In everything you do, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.